Okay, our first order of business. I guess I call the meeting to order. This is the 737th regular board meeting on Wednesday, August 12th, starting at 3 o'clock. And Trustee Hinton is supposed to, Trustee Beggs is en route. Trustee Hinton is supposed to join us by Zoom. So the recommended action is that the Board of Trustees approves governing board members' request for participation by the board meeting virtually remotely, citing, quote, just cause, specifying the circumstances relating to qualified reason, or approves the governing board members' remote attendance as reasonable accommodation under ADA. Can I have a motion to approve?
Actually, if we can hold, she's not in the room.
Okay,
So if she appears, then I'll let you know. Otherwise, we'll move forward until she does, unless you want to wait.
no, let's get the motion approved, and if she joins, and we'll answer the questions, and if she doesn't, she doesn't.
Okay.
So we have a motion and a second. And second by Trustee Davis. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Okay, I believe there'll be a couple statements of conflict as we get later on. Do we have any public comments before the open session begins? Or closed session, before the closed session begins?
There are public comments. Krista Bartels.
Did we take attendance? Did I miss that? Oh, hold on a second. I forgot to take attendance. I'm shocked you didn't rip me for that.
Well, you kind of already shared that. So
Okay.
Student
very
trustee Seth Rodriguez is out, not at this session. We have trustee Aguilar. If you can, I'll just go down the roll call. Your microphone, please.
Here.
Thank you. Trustee Beggs?
Here.
Trustee Garrett?
Here.
As you said, trustee Hinton is not joining us at this time. Trustee Nicolau?
Here.
Vice President Davis?
Here.
President Richards?
Here.
Quorum is established.
Okay, as I said, statements of conflict 2.4, I believe we'll have one that a couple trustees will have conflicts. Ready for public comments?
Krista.
First time was practice. Okay.
Welcome.
All right, hello. I'm just going to read my statement because I'm a little bit nervous. All
Just
right.
us.
Esteemed Board of Trustees, Chancellor Tran, and everyone present today. My name is Krista Bartels, and I'm a financial aid specialist at Columbia College, 2026 CSEA Treasurer, and new lead negotiator for our union. I have been a full-time permanent classified professional at Columbia College since February 2018, and I am proud to work here. You know, my negotiations team did offer to read my statement to you, since coming to a board meeting for me is essentially an entire day away from work and a burden on my office since I am student facing, and this is our busiest time of year. And while someone else reading this and holding my picture on a stick might be funny and cute, I really wanted to fully introduce myself to you and my intentions, and I want to thank my office team for the opportunity to do that, and to you for listening to my comments now. I am both nervous and excited to step into this leadership role, especially since we've had strained negotiations in the past. Negotiations are not always easy, and they can be unpleasant at times, but my goal in this role is to build a strong and positive rapport with Catherine and Sonia and our Board of Trustees. We want to come to fair and equitable outcomes for our membership. Being in this role carries immense pressure, and I feel the weight of almost 450 people who are counting on me to do what is best for them. I can only imagine what burden you must feel being responsible for an entire district. And so taking on a thankless job such as this means that you have to take the hard hits. You have to hear out college and community frustrations, and I truly believe that you care about this district as an entity, but moreover, I choose to believe that you care about us on a more individual level, and that you have compassion and understanding for the people who are under your charge. I am here to represent only a portion of them, but our classified professionals are the heart, soul, and backbone of this and all other college districts, and I am proud to be one of them, and even more proud that I get to be here representing us in front of you today. After this comment time, you are going to go into closed session and you're going to talk about labor unions and negotiations. And I hope to impress upon you that today, financially, this district is in incredible shape, and I thank each of you for that. Our OPEB is full. We have over 55 million in reserves. Apportionment deficit is expected to be 0. Expenditures are down and revenues are up. We have additional state-funded growth funding that's coming in this fiscal year and next, with the potential to get up to 25% of that state-funded money, because while other districts are declining in enrollment, we are growing. We have our classified professionals to thank for these numbers. We are the ones doing the outreach. We're in the community. We represent the programs that make us special. We process college applications, financial aid applications, payments. We answer student questions, parent questions, phone calls. We run programs, budgets, departments, all the things, right? And really, we sell Columbia and Modesto to our communities. That helps drive up our enrollment here. Now, as you go into closed session, just please remember that we are here, we work hard, we care about this district and our students just like you do. And you have to make the hard decisions, and I don't envy that. I don't want to be in that position either. But I would remind you that your investment in us is also your investment in this district and the communities that we serve. So as I reflect on how integral classified professionals are, I hope you see our value too and consider our request for healthcare coverage. I look forward to working with you through the negotiations process this year, and I thank you for your time today. Thanks.
Tracy Gilman.
And she said she was nervous. She didn't appear to be.
She does not appear to be. I, on the other hand, am. So I will also read what I wrote, and this will be my report out. I won't be at the 5:30 session today. So good afternoon, Board of Trustees and Chancellor Tran. Well, here we are 3/4 of the way through the year, and I still struggle each month with what to report out and what to bring to your attention. I am not sure I will ever completely get the hang of this, but as they say, practice makes perfect, right? Today, I want to address 2 important topics: our voluntary safety stab vest program and the rising concerns of health benefits cost. First, the safety vest program. I want to begin by thanking the board for previously approving the purchase of these stab vests your continued support of our officers. I have been working closely with HR and Harry Davis regarding the implementation of the VEST program. At this point, we are awaiting response from the district's legal counsel before we can move forward. I want to make sure the board clearly understands where CSEA stands on this matter. We want officers to wear the vests or to have the option. The officers that do not want to wear them should not be pressured to do so. This needs to be a personal decision made by each individual officer based on their own comfort level and circumstances. I have also had conversations with Mr. Davis Harry Davis, regarding reports of bullying behavior from a few officers towards those who have chosen not to participate. I want to be very clear about this. No officer should feel pressured, criticized, bullied because they make a personal choice. We have different opinions and still respect one another. I want to reiterate that I stand with the district regarding the type of vest being used. CSEA supports the use of under the shirt vests rather than having officers visibly dressed in tactical gear. Given the current temperature of our society, I think it's important that our campuses continue to communicate the message, all are welcome. Officers are here to protect our students, faculty, staff, and visitors, and the vest is intended to serve one purpose: to provide an additional layer of protection for the officer wearing it, and it does not need to change the appearance or atmosphere of our campuses. I will continue to work with the district to help facilitate this program and hopefully get us to a point where our officers choose to participate safely and comfortably. Now switching gears to health benefits. There has been a great deal of concern and, quite frankly, a fear among our employees regarding the possibility that they will now have to pay out of pocket for their health benefits. I stand here in front of you once again to ask the district to consider raising the health benefit cap. At the last board meeting, it was stated that the district is in a very good financial position, and I absolutely understand the board has to protect the district's financial stability, and I also understand that we cannot predict what the future holds for California or community colleges. I do not want to spend down our reserves simply because we have them, but I also believe that there are times when we need to look at the financial position of the district and ask ourselves, what can we do right to to help the people every single day. I truly believe the raising of the benefits cap this year would not break the district or put the district in a financial jeopardy. Our employees are already struggling to survive in this economy, and the cost of housing, groceries, utilities, and everything else continues to rise. Asking employees to take on more of a cost for their health insurance just adds another financial burden. We are not talking about a luxury. Health insurance is a necessity. The state has even passed Assembly Bill 148, creating a pilot program which allows community colleges to access basic need food pantry resources. I am sure our amazing basic needs department is working through what that will look like for our employees, but I think the very existence of the program sends a powerful message. Our employees need help. If our employees are struggling to afford basic necessities, adding additional health insurance costs
It's okay.
is not going to
Go ahead.
make that situation any better. So I am asking the board to please look at raising the cap, not because we want to spend money simply for the sake of spending it, but because we're investing in the employees that invest in this district. And finally, I want to say something about the board mentioning the idea of a wish list. I thought that was an interesting concept, and I'm curious to know whether the wish list extends to some of the areas where our classified employees have identified needs. For example, the security department has discussed the possibility of placing a repeater on top of a building. That could help our officers communicate not only with Columbia, but eliminate some of the dead zones we currently experience on our campuses. Our receiving department also has equipment needs that could make it easier and more efficient for them to receive, distribute mail, packages, and other materials throughout the district. So I'm genuinely curious, how does the wish list process work? Is there an opportunity for departments to submit a request for equipment, technology, or improvements that would make their jobs easier, more efficient, or more effective? Because if we are going to have a wish list, I would love to see some classified employees' wishes make it, I'm sorry, let me say that sentence again. Because if we're going to have a wish list, I would love to see some of our classified employees' wishes make it to that list and hopefully come true. At the end of the day, that is really what I'm here to bring, is the voices and concerns of our classified employees to this board. Sometimes I ask for big things, sometimes I ask for small things, and sometimes I just ask you to consider something different, a different perspective. I will continue showing up, continuing the conversation, and advocating for the employees I represent. Thank you, Board of Trustees and Chancellor Tran, for listening and for continuing to work with me and CSEA. And as always, I appreciate your time and consideration and willingness to hear me out.
Okay, before you sit down, I just want to make sure I'm clear because we've been dealing with this for probably a year and a half. So it's the position of the union and the people powers that be that you want to get vests for officers, not mandatory, optional, and you want the kind, as someone married to police officer, I get it, former police officer, you want the under the shirt.
Yes, I
Okay,
want it to be a
we have
voluntary
that.
program, and I want the vests to be under the shirt because I do not want them looking tactical on campus.
Okay. And as far as a wish list, I assume that would be part of the normal budgetary process where people would request and.
I think there is what is it? It's a we do have something. It's a program, I was part of it, yes, where we put in things that we might want, but yeah, it was mentioned, the word wish list was mentioned in the last board meeting, so I'm just wondering if.
Did I say it? It was me? No.
June.
Okay.
Yes, so that was what I was referring to.
Well, I mean, those two things you mentioned seem pretty interesting. So Chancellor, I hope we have a process for that. Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Do we have any other public comment?
Those are the only two that I had written.
Okay, very good. So we have a closed session. Madam Stenographer, could you tell people what we're going to talk about?
So the board will adjourn to closed session to discuss items 1.3 through 3.1
I'm rubbing off on you.
through 3.7, listed in the August 12th regular meeting closed session agenda, and the time of adjournment is 3:14.
Thank you. We'll see you in a little bit.
Test, 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 test.
Just, we haven't started the meeting yet, but Trent Silva, can you share your video just so that we can see who you are? Is it new faculty? Oh, okay. We're going to put you back in the waiting room.
Okay. Okay. Okay, we're back from closed session. This is the 737th regular meeting of the Yosemite Community College District Board of Trustees, taking place on Wednesday, October 12th, 2026 in the Yosemite County Boardroom. Call to order. Okay, Pledge of Allegiance. Jenny, would you lead us? Could we have a call for a quorum, please?
Student trustee Seth Rodriguez,
Here.
trustee Beggs. Here. Trustee Garrett,
Here.
trustee Hinton, or trustee Hinton may come in remotely. Trustee Nicolau. Here. Vice President Davis,
Present.
Board President Richards.
Here.
Quorum is established. For the record, we are waiting for trustee Antonio Aguilar to come into the Zoom meeting room. Oh, it looks like he's here. So,
Perfect. Okay, we do not have a report out of closed session.
the board, if I may, the board already approved in 2.3, I believe, the board member virtual participation. So we'll be using that vote to bring in trustee Aguilar.
Thank you.
As he was, had to leave a little earlier from this meeting, so let me admit him, and if you can just find out if there's anyone in the
If
room.
we can put it into the record, Mr. President, that trustee Aguilar was here for the closed session portion, but due to ongoing personal health issues, had to leave early, but we need him back for a critical vote.
Very good. Okay, 4.6 statements of conflict. We do, trustee Aguilar has a conflict on 6.3 and 6.4, trustee Hinton on 6.5. For the record, board member will ask them to leave the meeting prior to addressing the matter. Changes of order of business, I'm going to ask for a motion to move 6.1 up so we can get trustee.
moved.
We have second, trustee Garrett. Second, trustee Davis. All in favor, say aye. Oh, I'm sorry, student trustees should have voted first.
Aye.
All in favor, say aye.
If I may, now we have Antonio, so we do need, we don't need necessarily a vote. We
I
just,
just need to ask him the questions.
no, for this action that the board just took. So
Oh,
vote
Antonio.
is not required. But since you
Okay.
took a first and a motion, then let me do a roll call vote. If
Please.
Trustee Aguilar,
I think he has a bad connection.
Trustee Aguilar, can you hear us? Okay. So I'll just list him not present for vote if that's.
Okay.
Trustee Beggs?
No, we're saying here.
Oh, here? No.
No, we are.
No, we are, I am taking the roll call vote.
Oh, change of order of business. Okay. Very good.
Okay. Trustee Aguilar, where there was a vote to move up item 6.1 on the agenda, and we had a first and a second. Would you like to answer for your vote on that? Yes. President Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Davis?
Yes.
Vice President Davis, my apologies. Trustee Nicolau?
Yes.
And Trustee Garrett?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Okay, so this is item 6.1, and the recommended action is that the Board of Trustees adopt YCC Resolution Number 2627.06, authorizing the district to enter into a contract for emergency repair and stabilization of work at Columbia College without requiring competitive bidding pursuant to Public Contract Code 20113, as attached to the August 12th, 2026 agenda. Is there any questions from the board?
No, but I think maybe we'd like to hear from our facility director and the engineer.
Please come up.
Greetings, Board, Chancellor Tran. The resolution before you tonight is for us to move forward with construction on stabilizing a hillside at Columbia College. A few months ago, we started noticing some erosion by one of the roads. We had a tree fail on the hillside, and we also had some groundwater conditions that made it worse. So we worked with our engineers, Provost and Pritchard, doing a lot of geotechnical survey work, and they came up with an action plan to stabilize the hillside, and we need to move quickly before the rainy season starts so that we can have that work repaired and the hillside stabilized and resume instruction. Any questions? And with me today is Jamie Hickman with Teeter Architect, and I believe our engineers from Provost or Pritchard were trying to find their way into the district office in case you had any technical questions about the work that we've done to get to this point.
Well, and I should point out that at our recent retreat, the board was fully briefed on this. Anyone from the public wishing to comment? Any further questions from the board?
Well, yes, I just want to clarify the record. So yes, at our retreat, we got a detailed briefing on this, and I appreciate you, Yolanda, for providing that opportunity and briefing us so we could, have a background and make this vote tonight. This is a serious issue, and I want it brought back and as an agendized item with respect to the reservoir. Because that reservoir has never been fully surveyed, my understanding. The water is owned by Tuolumne Utility District, but the reservoir is our responsibility. Is that correct?
Yes.
So the engineers discovered that part of this soil erosion and issue that we're dealing with tonight, a lot of it is tied to the underlying water leakage from that reservoir. Is that correct?
I think because of the fact that it's adjacent to the hillside is just normal groundwater conditions. but we can do further investigative work to see if there's anything that we can do to mitigate some of that. We also have voids, mining.
Yes, I was going to bring, so there was active mining up there. In fact, the engineers pointed out that when you guys did some test drilling, the drill went down into the void, into some of the old mining tunnels that were down in there. So I think it behooves us and the other thing that surprises me, and this is sort of like deja vu with the gas lines here on the West Campus, these issues were known and discovered when we did the build out for Measure E. So I don't know, once again, it's the gift that keeps on giving with respect to stuff that was not done. And now the current board is left with addressing them, and I don't want any future boards to have to address a major issue. So I would like something to come back with, maybe we get somebody here from the Tuolumne Utility District and see what they're willing to do in a partnership, what state or federal monies are available to deal with this issue, since it's water storage for municipal water, right? Or irrigation, something of that effect. So there may be some monies available, but we need to deal with this now rather than later.
Right, and they're not, oh, here he is. I would like Andy from Provost and Pritchard to speak to some of the conditions we are seeing. They work a lot with the community, and it's, what we're experiencing is not specific just to our campus.
Right.
So, and we can talk about that, and then we can be proactive and start evaluating other areas on our campus to see if we have other areas that we should be looking at.
Okay, well, sorry for my tardiness. I walked in, I'm not sure what the discussion's all about, but you can ask me, I'd be glad to give.
We're just talking about taking a proactive approach to not only dealing with this issue, but dealing with the water drainage, leakage, whatever you want to call it, from the reservoir, and working with Tuolumne Utility District and maybe coming up with a solution to that issue, and maybe see what the subsidence or danger issues are with the old mining tunnels that are down in there that we know are there, and you guys found some of that when you were dealing with this project that we're talking about here tonight. So that's kind of a rundown of what we're talking about.
We'd be glad to help you out with that, with, trying to find the leaks and fix the leaks.
Yeah.
That's what you're thinking.
And this, from what we were told, this is going to be just this issue right here. We're hoping it comes in less, but this could be a $4 to $5 million project, right?
Could be.
Yeah. And so that's going to come out of our reserves. Is that correct?
So right now it looks as though, but I've been working with our Vice Chancellor of Admin Services. Next Tuesday during our cabinet, we will have a call with the State Chancellor's Office, so they're aware of the situation. We also was able to contact our Townsend Public Affairs, and they did also connect us with some federal resources. So we will explore all the options we have as we move forward.
But as it's
The college.
absent any assistance right now, that money is going to be.
Yes, but we're trying to get, the funding we need.
Yeah.
We'll give you.
And it may be more depending on what we find out later down the road. So, but I want to thank you guys for all the work that you're doing, Yolanda, you and your team, and taking care of this issue now and not kick it down the road like others have. So I do appreciate that.
And I do want to share with the Columbia College and the community, it will be a big project. We will communicate very clearly, very timely, but it will have a disruption that I just want to be upfront. So when it does come out, and you'll hear more communication from Yolanda and her team, everybody, but please be patient. It is a big project that we will have to get it done at Columbia College.
Yolanda, I'm curious if there's a way for us to think of this more positively and use it as a learning opportunity. Perhaps there's a class out there that might be able to see and watch and learn for a day. And I think of what happened with the sheep unit a while ago, with the dog attacks and how we were able to spin such a tragedy to a learning opportunity. I'm sure you guys are on this, but I want to say that we could use this as an opportunity for some real world experience for our students.
I believe we did engage instruction during the boring and the survey work, and we were more than happy to engage our instructional programs to observe some of this work while it's happening.
Yeah, we would be glad to participate from our end.
Any other questions from the board? Any comments from the public? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Move to approve the resolution for.
Second.
Trustee Davis and trustee Garrett. Student trustee,
Aye.
all those in favor say yes. Oh, you need a roll call? Okay.
Trustee Aguilar?
He said yes.
Yeah, I see him trying to mouth it. Trustee Beggs?
Aye.
Trustee Garrett?
Yes.
Trustee Nicolau?
Yes.
Vice President Davis?
Yes.
And President Richards?
Yes.
The vote is 6-0, motion carries.
Okay, moving on to, did we do public comments yet? No. Okay, 4.8, public comments. Any member of the audience wishing to come forth and speak about anything not on the agenda, please do so. Seeing none, I'll close the public comment.
Mr. President, may I just have a little leeway here? I just want
You
to
certainly
recognize
may.
a very important person.
Oh, you beat me to it. That's not fair.
That came into the room. I want to recognize trustee emeritus Abe Rojas and his lovely wife.
Thank you for doing that. Okay, public comments closed. Move on to 5.1. The Board of Trustees approve action items 5.2 through 5.7 consent agenda. Could I get a motion to approve? Motion to approve.
So moved.
Jenny, second.
Second.
Trustee Garrett, student trustee.
Aye.
I think trustee Aguilar is no longer with us, so we can just do this, but all those in favor?
So before we do that, may I?
You certainly can.
This is a routine, an acknowledgement that trustee Rojas started when he was on the board. So we want to recognize our retirees this evening for their years of service to the district and our college campuses and to our students. Marnie Shively, Director of Student Financial Services, Financial Aid Student Services, Columbia College, 26 years of service. You know, our student financial service people are extremely important. They're the ones sitting down with our individual students, getting them their correct applications, helping them to fill out their applications, getting them their student aid so they can start the process of completing their higher education goals. I'm sure Marnie started out direct contact, and then she went on to lead a magnificent team at Columbia College to do that. And I want to thank her and commend her for her years of service and wish her well in retirement. Leslie Vaughn, 9 years of service, Professor of Business Administration, School of Business and Computing, Modesto Junior College. Even though it's 9 years of service, in those 9 years, she has helped countless students achieve their career goals in career and technical education in the field of business. And I'm sure we could just go on about all the success stories of students that she has helped. And I want to thank Leslie for her 9 years of service and wish her well in retirement. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Very good. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Student trustee?
Aye.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Very good. Okay, now we'll move on to 6.2. That the Board of Trustees adopts YCCD Resolution number 2627.07, authorizing the district to enter into agreements with the California Department of Social Services for child care and development services and authorizing designated district representatives to execute necessary documents as attached to the August 12th agenda. Any questions from the board? Any questions from the public? I get a motion to approve.
So moved.
Get a second.
Second.
That'd be Darren and Don. Student trustee.
Aye.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Perfect. I'm going to take 6.3, 6.4, and 6.5 as one motion, and they're basically for that the Board of Trustees adopts resolutions, those three, in the matter of Trustee Hinton and Trustee Aguilar's absence from the Board of Trustee meetings. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
That'd be Don and Jenny. Student trustee?
Aye.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Perfect. Okay, now we have a personnel appointment, 6.6. That the Board of Trustees approves the employment of the contract for the interim vice president of instruction at Modesto Junior College. From a personal standpoint, I'm very pleased with this appointment. Congratulations. If we get this done. The next item on the agenda is discussion and possible approval of an employment agreement for interim vice president of instruction for Modesto Junior College, Lori Reese. The full proposed employment agreement is available to the public now, but before we can take action on the proposed contract, I have to provide the following verbal summary of the compensation and benefit terms of the proposed contract. The employment agreement would be in effect from August 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027, with the potential for a one-year extension. The interim vice president's salary will be $2,018,504 paid in 12 monthly installments. The interim vice president shall have 17 paid holidays with the same vacation and sick leave provided to other management team employees. The interim vice president shall receive health, dental, and vision insurance as provided to other leadership team employees. The interim vice president shall receive income protection insurance. The interim vice president shall receive a $50,000 life insurance policy. If the interim vice president is unilaterally terminated without cause during the agreement, she would receive $1 and retreat rights back to her position with the district. This concludes the summary of the employment agreement. We will now discuss and consider the approval of the agreement. Any questions from the board? Comments from public? Could I get a motion to approve?
Happy to make this motion.
Trustee Davis, second.
Second.
Trustee Beggs, student trustee.
Aye.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. Okay, 6.6. Now we're to the board committee reports. 7.1. Darren, anything?
Nothing this month.
Leslie?
Not yet. Next month.
Anything on Modesto Junior College Foundation? Same thing. Trustee Davis, Columbia College?
Yes, we had our July meeting where new members were installed, reviewed the financial report and approved that. And foundation bylaws were reviewed and approved. And just a reminder that the donor dinner for the foundation is September 22nd there in Manzanita Hall.
Very good. No report on the Association of Stanislaus County School Boards. Darren, anything on the Valley Insurance?
No.
Okay, now we'll move on to the reported information items. Student Senate activity reports. Do we have anyone from Columbia College? Do we have anyone from MJC? Okay. California Employee Association, Tracy, I think she already gave a report, right?
You did, yes.
That's what I thought. No report from the faculty liaison. Professor Andel, please come up here and tell us about Columbia College.
Just a couple things to touch on. First of all, in 2 days, we'll have our annual faculty retreat. So Senate leadership's been really busy recently, fine-tuning all of our plans for that. Dr. Red Wing is planning on making an appearance, so that'll be a good moment for everybody to interact with our president. And another issue is something that I don't think the board gets involved with too much routinely is Board Policy 7211. Anybody remember what that is? Probably not.
Not a clue.
Right. Roughly, I don't remember the title. It deals with faculty FSAs, faculty service areas, equivalencies, and minimum qualifications, right? And essentially what it does, largely due to the 10+1 with faculty senates, is it really defers a lot of procedures to the senates, and including hiring procedures for faculty. And it's maybe not as easy of a procedure document as you would think it is. There's so many elements, so many scenarios you got to cover, yet you don't want a 1,000-page book, right? I mean, you got to try to condense it. So it takes a lot of discussion, a lot of different minds around the table, creativeness, right? And so I just want to thank the committee, called the FHP committee, not to confuse it with the faculty hiring prioritization, right? This is called the faculty hiring procedures, right? We need to change one of those acronyms, I think. Anyway, I just want to thank the committee because we've been working on this pretty much since last fall. This summer, we put a substantial amount of time into it. This morning, we had a 3.5-hour meeting. We made some really good progress. Vice Chancellor Pritchard, thank you. Giselle Flores. Sonia, I don't want to forget anybody. Sonia, Jessica Costa. Who am I missing from HR? Huh? Okay. Sylvia Rodriguez, the MJC Senate Secretary. Yeah, I'm at a loss for Rod's last name. Stevenson, Rod Stevenson. And one of our Columbia's faculty, Dan Gretsch. So I just want to give that public acknowledgement and thank everybody because it's a lot of work, but it's so important. That's it.
Thank you. Modesto Junior College Academic Senate. I don't see Professor Flores. Has anyone given a report? No? Okay. LTAC, Samantha McCarthy. Good to see you again.
Good evening, everyone. As we prepare for the start of a new academic year, I would like to reaffirm LTAC's mission and our ongoing commitment to representing YCCD leadership team members. The work currently underway aligns directly with our core objectives. Advocating for leadership team members, LTAC continues to represent its members by elevating concerns and providing feedback to the Chancellor, college presidents, and Board of Trustees through regular meetings and monthly board presentations. Participating in shared governance and decision-making. Leadership team members actively contribute to institutional decision-making by serving on college and district committees that help shape priorities, policies, regulations, and procedures across YCCD. Promoting transparency, respect, and trust. LTAC is committed to fostering a culture of respect, integrity, mutual trust, and openness throughout the district. By providing timely and accurate information to leadership team members, we help ensure transparency and reduce the spread of misinformation. Encouraging open communication and professional dialogue. LTAC supports a forum where ideas and concerns can be discussed openly and constructively. Recent discussions with HR regarding progressive discipline processes have focused on providing greater clarity and consistency for leadership team members. Supporting equity and stability in employment practices. LTAC remains engaged in conversations regarding TOC assignments and interim positions, recognizing the impact prolonged temporary assignments can have on department stability. The pilot recruitment process demonstrated that permanent recruitments can be completed within a reasonable timeframe, supporting both equity and organizational continuity. Years 1 and 2 of the previous district-initiated classification review are currently being evaluated by an external consultant. Leadership team members whose positions were included in these review cycles were provided the opportunity to review their job descriptions and submit recommended revisions prior to the materials being forwarded for analysis. We anticipate those findings and recommendations in September, maybe October, but we're hoping for September.
Very good.
That concludes the report.
Thank you. Yosemite Faculty Association, Professor One.
Good evening, Chancellor Tran and the Board of Trustees. I want to point out that Lena and I are wearing matching armbands, and hers from playing pickleball, apparently, mine from not playing pickleball. And also I'm wearing, it's hard for you to see, but YCCD socks. Thank you, Dr. Tran. This doesn't say company man. I don't know what does. More seriously, YFA is looking forward to your response to our latest offer. After all, the fall semester will begin in 12 days, and a lot is riding on our mutual agreement. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Classified Academic Senate, Columbia College Academic Senate, is Len Mahowski here? Oh, okay. Classified Senate, yeah. Classified Columbia College, Classified Senate. Not here, okay. How about Amanda's here?
Good evening, everybody. I will try to keep this brief, but it's very exciting to hear from Classified Senate, I'm sure, so I don't want to leave anything out. Our August Senate meeting had almost 70 participants, which is exciting. At the beginning of any semester, it's really hard to get classified able to be in the same room together for an hour, so we really did well. One of the things that we are promoting is a series of peer-to-peer training presentations at our Classified Senate, and the last one was our first one. And Admissions and Records, our very own Vice President Danelle Oliver gave a presentation on A&R processes and screens, and it was we got the feedback that it was really positive across all areas on campus because somebody learned something new. Everybody learned something new. It was wonderful. We're gearing up for the fall semester. Caring Campus is coordinating their first day of school tables again, with classified volunteers setting up tents, information tables with maps, drinks, a kind word, a smile, a walk to a classroom, anything that we can do for students to help them feel like they belong on their first day, because we want them to feel comfortable like they are where they're supposed to be. We're meeting in September, our exec board is meeting in September to create the goals for the academic year. It was really hard this summer to get everybody together. Everybody has different priorities, and summer does not slow down for classified staff, so it was very hard to do. I want to thank classified professionals for always showing up for the extra opportunities, the volunteer opportunities, the things that go just a little bit extra to make sure that that we're successful and our students are successful. They always show up, and I want to thank them for positively impacting our students and our community. I also want to thank Dr. Sanders, the PDC, and the exec team for altering our Institute Day from a Friday to a Wednesday. They are honoring the fact that classified staff have a very difficult time the Friday before school starts, taking a half of a day to participate in institutional activities. So we want to thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to try Wednesday, see how that works. That concludes my report. Do you guys have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we'll move on to 8.2, and that would be the presentations and update from our interim chancellor.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you. First and foremost, I'd like to introduce a new position, a new existing person to a new position. So we are so excited to welcome Emily Lawrence as the new Executive Director of the Teaching Initiative to our cabinet team. So Emily, welcome. And one of the best things she did right on the job was she got me to go for, National Night Out. So I was like, what is National Night Out? I didn't know it's a national, but I guess in San Jose at the time, it wasn't a big celebration. But I was so glad I was invited. I crashed Modesto, night out, National Night Out. Met Leslie was there too. So we had a few Lucas there. So it was a fun activity to get to know the neighbors, really, enjoying. Everybody brought their own stuff to barbecue. So thank you for getting me out. And I can't wait to go to other cities. And we saw President Sanders as well. It's been a busy week. I mean, we have retreats, so I could share that we started out with our workforce development retreat, and then we went into our board retreat, and then we went to our cabinet retreat. And what's nice this year is we actually near the completion of the YCCD strategic plan. So the good news is that we started last summer, redo the plan, and through the year we work with district council, with all the constituent groups, and we came up with the goals that really align what the board wanted us to move forward on. And as we move through this year, every month I will give the district an update on these strategic goals, but you'll hear them again, multiple times. Student access and success, workforce development, institution sustainability, people, culture, and leadership, community trust, and partnership. The reason why I write, I'll share that first because When I came on board, we also did a listening tours because the district at that time, we were looking at to say, could we go out for possibility a bond? Would that something the board approve? And we need to do our due diligence. So we spoke to the community and we got a listening tour. So the good news is that from the listening tour, the community is asking the district to engage, and the 5 themes that came up was matched perfectly with our, YCD strategic plan. So for our community, they wanted us to focus on every student, every opportunity. They want us to look at workforce alignment, look at innovation, future readiness, like how does the district move the region, move our student into the future? Look at community, gain the trust, transparency, and 5th, how do you move forward and continue the institutional capacity, leadership, and shared governance? So on that note, I'm really excited and cabinet to work with our district council as we roll out the strategic plans and integrate into the listening theme as well from the community. So then I would like to do a plug. Thank you, Amanda, for mentioning it. It's really important, everybody, if you're a manager, director, please allow your employees, your staff to attend the in-service and institute day. Truly, this is the opportunity for you to listen, to hear what your president has rolled out for the year for the college. I would like it to be a regular thing that we all attend for that 2 hours, that 1 hour. So please attend Columbia on Thursday and then MJC on Wednesday. But I look so much forward tomorrow with some of our board to attend the Classified Professional Appreciation Breakfast at MJC, where I will be helping make an omelet. So hope we'll see everybody there tomorrow. Thank you very much. That's my report. And tonight, Dr. Regwin cannot be with us. He has actually a really cool project with the Sierra Forestry group up in Columbia College, and his report is shared with the board. And I will yield the floor to President Sanders.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the opportunity. As Amanda was talking about Institute Day not being on Friday, I realized it was 31 years ago that I started having Institute Day every Friday, and we finally changed that. So we'll see how that works out, and if it's a successful experiment, we'll keep going. At the urging of one of our vice chancellors, who's not here tonight, but he requested shorter reports, I reflected on that and I thought to myself, sometimes people get overloaded by multiple different things. And so how about you try something different this year, Brian? How about you share with trustees maybe some quick talking points of some things that maybe you can roll with. And so I've decided, see if I can stick to this, to give you one victory that we've celebrated in the last month or so, one partnership. People don't know the partnerships we have, so I'm going to share with you some partnerships that we have, and then an invitation to an upcoming event. So, starting with the victory. The victory this month, I'd like to celebrate MJC professor Demetrius Snare has been named the 2026 Northern California Men's Track and Field Coach of the Year. Isn't that amazing? Now, these are multi-part single items. So the second part of this item is also part-time instructor Brian Beeman has been named the 2026 Northern California Women's Track and Field Coach of the Year. So, isn't that amazing? I've observed both of these coaches in action on the track, but I've also seen them interacting with their students at the Capitol last year when some of them in Alanis invited the women's team there to celebrate. So very proud of these individuals for our institution. All right, let's talk about partnerships. And it's a single day, but it's multiple partnerships. On July 9th, we had this powerful day of celebrating successful partnerships, starting with the parent-to-teacher partnership, which is with the Stanislaus County Office of Education, started about 15 years ago. This is a situation where mothers of preschool students at the SCOE facilities enroll in our courses, take 12 units with us, earn their associate teacher certificate, and 17 students completed that program. That's in partnership with SCOE. We did a dental assisting celebration that night funded by Strong Workforce and federal, so state and federal, so Perkins dollars. It's a partnership with SCOE. It's Teal Middle School out in Empire. Started in 2021, it's been going for several years. 15 students completed that one. We have a phlebotomy program that has 3 different partners. We had 18 students with Ceres Adult School that started in 2022. 9 students at Patterson Adult School. We just started that one last year in 25. And 16 students on West Campus here paid their own way through open enrollment. So that one's been going on for many years. Also, Accelerated Careers in Training, also celebrated the same night. That's a partnership with the Stanislaus Community Services Agency. Stanislaus County, run since 2004, supports students with education and training that leads to employment or career. It's more of an independent activity with 4 students completing various different pathways. And lastly, on the partnership front, Gallo Winery Mechanic Apprentices. We have a program that's been running since 2013. It's Gallo's apprenticeship program, and they come to us for instruction and combines MJC classes with paid training at Gallo. 6 apprentices completed the training and earned their MJC manufacturing technology. So 68 students overall through these partnerships. And lastly, you've heard a couple invitations. I want to ask you to one more. Institute Day next Wednesday would be great, but I think you'll see MJC shine the most at Westfest. So on Wednesday, August 26th from 4 to 8 p.m., the ideal timing to be there is actually 5 to 6:30. It's a little bit later, a little bit cooler, a little bit shadier. This is a great event with as many as 4,000 attendees attending, including MJC students, high school students, university transfer representatives, bands, dancers, tables of all of our different programs and services, and MJC really shines. So please join us at Westfest.
So if someone shows to Westfest, what's the purpose behind it? What are they there?
It's a celebration of, it's transfer night for one. So students come there to figure out where they want to go next and to chart that vision. All the universities are there. It's a big event. They really actually enjoy it a lot. And it's also tabling and opportunities for students to connect with other students like themselves. And it's also all of our schools where each representatives are there. They can talk to the dean and they can talk to the faculty within their school and build internal connections. All that stuff in one.
I've been, it's great. You'll enjoy it, unless it's 110 degrees.
Okay, thank you. 8.3 travel report is information only. Now we're to board comments. Anybody have any future board agenda items? Seeing none, we'll move on to comments. Trustee Beggs, anything?
Nothing specific, but I will say that during the break, I walked over to our science building, which is just a gem as always, and the fountains were working and it was beautiful. And I was so glad that everything was running right. And anyway, if you need a walk, it's a lovely place to go on our campus.
Thank you, Leslie. Trustee Rodriguez, anything?
No, thank you.
Trustee Garrett?
So for those of you that live in Modesto, you may or may not have seen the recent articles in the Bee, maybe some online postings. There was a huge turnout at the Modesto City Council meeting last night with regard to the issue of a data center potentially being built not too far from our MJC East Campus. I would appeal to our students, if you're looking for a civic project to engage in and stand up and fight for the rights of people that live in this community, I would encourage you to do that. Data centers, in my opinion, are a zero-sum game. If you read about data centers, it's not a coincidence that they want to build this facility directly behind the MID cogeneration plant because they consume massive amounts of electricity. Also, there's a huge water line that feeds water for the gas turbines that create the steam to make electricity. So there's a massive amount of water being delivered right into that site. So it's no coincidence that they want to build the facility right behind that cogeneration plant. There are data centers that are consuming so much power and water that they are trying to take over water rights from municipal areas where people live throughout the United States. They're trying to take over, electrical providers. And people are going to find out down the road they've got not only no water, but they've got no electricity. And I think about the people that live in this community that are struggling day to day with costs of their own. How would you like to see down the road where, oh, by the way, we've got limited amount of power and we've got a limited amount of water, which is shocking to me considering that we're being told that agriculture in this area that feeds a huge part of our country is being told there's no water to farm. You have no water for crops, but all of a sudden we've got a surplus of water for a data center that does what? It doesn't feed people, doesn't do anything, but the gazillionaires are making money off of it, and apparently that's all they care about. The city of Modesto says that, well, currently our municipal code doesn't allow for that. Well, let me tell you, a municipal code can be changed in the blink of an eye. So it's all about money, it's all about politics, and I'm just reaching out to our students. If you're looking for a way to stop this and get involved in some civic engagement project, this is an excellent way to do it. So thank you for allowing me some extra time.
Trustee Nicolau, anything? Trustee Davis?
Well, thank you for the reports tonight, and I just want to share how delighted I am that the listening tour that was conducted during the bond survey and all resulted in some good feedback, and now it is finding its way, that feedback is finding its way into our strategic thinking with commitments. And people who provide their thoughts and all on these listening tours wonder, so whatever's going to happen with this, we shared some ideas with you, concerns with you, suggestions for direction, and we can say back to them, hey, here are some of the things that we captured from that, and they align with our strategic priorities, and we're going to now move forward in these areas. It all has to be resourced, however. And I can remember a wise person saying that you have enough money to do whatever you want, just not enough money to do everything you want. So when it becomes that time to make decisions and prioritize where our resources may go, we have this good input, we have this plan, we can say how well does it align with the direction that we want to go. And then within that, make those decisions and promote and see progress in those areas. So thank you for the listening to it, anyone who contributed to that process. And I'm thankful that it wasn't just an activity, that it has resulted in some direction for us.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yeah, just to add on to Trustee Garrett's topic, there's an MJC organization for our students. There's an MJC unofficial organization called the MJC Pirates for Peace. This is an organization I used to be a part of. I'm no longer a part of it because I'm taking on this the student trustee position. But this hopefully Club 2B has been working very hard to try and keep data centers out of Modesto. So if you are a student or a resident of Modesto, then this would be a great organization to reach out to. Thank you.
I also want to comment on the strategic plan. For years, we had a strategic plan that didn't seem to fit what we were doing, and there wasn't trustee involvement. And I want to compliment the chancellor and her team for not using a consultant and really involving everybody and giving trustees an opportunity. The way it used to be done before is you all do this report and then it get to us. And if we were to make any changes, it's like we committed blasphemy. How dare us make a change? Now everyone's involved, and I compliment that. One kind of negative thing, as the Turlock representative, one of the biggest things that happens in Turlock is the county fair. And I don't know why, but it is. It's huge. And for some reason, we chose not to have a booth there this year. The chancellor did do a sponsorship and had an event, but I think this was a mistake. And I know there's some issues with staffing, whatever, but I've spoken to President Sanders and the Chancellor, and I think they're going to heed my recommendation that we next year return to having a booth at the fair, because people really do look forward to that. It's an opportunity for them to get the information, and it's the visibility. Having said that, the next regular meeting of the Board of Trustees will be held on Wednesday, September 9th, 2026. Trustee Rojas, former trustee Sharon, thanks for being here. For those of you who don't know, as I had the pleasure of replacing him after 28 years, so that's pretty hard. But thank you for being here. With that, we're adjourned.